Well, hey everybody, Martin here with Cosmic Times. It's Kickstarter time again. Time to bring another project to Kickstarter. This one is the Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall box set. I've been talking about it a good amount lately on the social medias. Yeah, it's time to launch it. I am just setting some things up on the Facebooks and the YouTube to be sure everything's running. Just telling my friends I'm live on my Facebook page. Yeah, so there we go. As we're getting ready to launch the Kickstarter, it'll be short. Keep this a very short video, just to cover what this Kickstarter is and what I'm hoping to do with it. Once I launch it, I'll go over a few of the reward tiers, show you what the Kickstarter looks like. Then I'm going to hop off and begin my day one promotions. I'm going to be promoting this thing all day. So for my friends on social media, hopefully you don't get too tired of hearing about the Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall Collector's Box Set. I don't know why I went with such a long title. It just seemed like a good idea at the time. Let me just check my screen sharing here. Let's see what we got going on. Put that there. Yeah, so anybody who's joining me, thanks for joining. Feel free to ask any questions or chat with me if you want. Just setting some things up for the launch. Pretty excited about it. Hopefully it goes well. Let's see, do that. And hopefully people are excited about Deep Space Tragedy and want to check it out. Like I said, this is the Blacklight Freefall Collector's Box. It's part of the Make 100 campaign that Kickstarter's running, meaning that some of our reward tiers are limited to just 100 rewards. So there's two of the box sets. You can only get 100 of that particular package. So because of also one of them contains a few variants that I don't have a lot left of. So that's 100 is about all I could do. Even if I wanted to do more, I could not. We're launching in just a couple of minutes. If you wanted to get some advanced notice what the Kickstarter is going to look like, head to cosmictimes.net/DST. I'll try to drop that in the comments here. That is, I put a landing page on the website, on my main website, cosmictimes.net, to give people an idea of what the Kickstarter was going to look like before I launched it. cosmictimes.net. So there you go. Hopefully that shows up in the chat. It looks like it showed up in the YouTube chat, but not the Facebook chat. Again, I'm still kind of new to this whole live stream thing. Talk a little about Deep Space Tragedy. This was the brainchild of Mike Wagner. Mike Wagner was he's still a rocker. He's an amazing guy. He's a musician. He was in a band called Real Love Diplomats. They were pretty big in Orlando for a while. They broke up, and Mike was kind of left listless. So he took all that rock and roll energy and what it feels like to be in a band and applied it to his first love, which is Transformers or robots, and created a teenage robot rock band that he called Deep Space Tragedy. It's a 4-issue miniseries, tells the story of Deep Space Tragedy coming to the planet Cog. They come to play a concert, but they find out that the robots of Cog are being controlled by the evil Kano, who's looking to sell them into servitude. So the bots jump into action, and it becomes an exciting story as Deep Space Tragedy actually uses rock and roll to fight for freedom. It's a topic that was a great idea at the time, and it looks like in today's world, it's even more relevant, which is a strange, ironic twist that I did not see coming. But yeah, so that's what Deep Space Tragedy is. Link. I'll put the link in just a second there. Matt's coming up. It's coming up. I got to get to the link. Let's see. Get to my pre-launch, because it's just a pre-launch link right now because it hasn't launched yet. And I guess you want to be a day one backer. Who wouldn't want to be a day one backer? Let's see, promotion. Yeah, so anyway, so that's what Deep Space Tragedy is all about. There's lots of twist in it. There's a major twist in issue 2 that really sets the book in motion. And I love the book. When I first met Mike, we talked about Transformers constantly. We both have a love for the 1980s Transformers, and you'll see a lot of that influence in this book, like the colorful art, the colorful robots. Each has its own color, its color palette. So that's so in talking to Mike when he first talked about the book, I fell in love with the concept, and I fell in love with Mike. I love Mike. He's one of my best friends in the whole wide world. And if you've never met Mike before, he's just a ball of energy. He putting the link in the Facebook now because I don't know, it didn't show up when I posted it before. But he's a ball of energy, and he brings that energy and exuberance to his art. You can see in what's on the screen now just how exciting his art is. Let me see if I have anything else to showcase. Yeah, there's the band. Again, there's a lot of influence from his days in The Real Love Diplomats for what he brought to Deep Space Tragedy about what it's like to be in a band, to be on the road, the kind of brotherhood that forms in a band. And talking to Mike over the years, it's a similar brotherhood that happens when you go to Comic-Cons. Going to concerts like a rock and roll band and coming into town, playing a gig, and then rolling out and going to another town. It's very similar when you're out promoting comic books, rolling into one Comic-Con after another. You come in, you set up, you promote your project, then you roll back out of town. Mike and I have been all over the country, been to Chicago, New York. I've been to Seattle promoting this project. So it's something we love. There's Mike right there. His fans love him. A lot of them are younger readers. Mike wrote the book in the style of, again, Transformers, where it's not just for kids, it's not just for adults, it's for everybody. And that's kind of been the template for Cosmic Times that we've had going forward. So hopefully, if you guys get these books, it comes across and you realize exactly how awesome Mike Wagner is and how awesome this project is. This box set we put together contains all 4 issues, the entire series. So you're getting the entire story collected in one box. It's the 4 main covers done by Mike Wagner. I don't think I have them on here, but there's also a box set. I'm gonna go through it real quick, which contains our Transformers variants. We had covers drawn by former Transformer artists and current Transformers artists, except for issue 3 we had done by Jamie Jones, let me get that off the screen. Who everybody loves Jamie Jones. Need to hide that so you can see. Jamie's cover was a tribute to Transformers #5 from the classic Marvel series. So I'll go through these real quick and then we'll launch this Kickstarter. We've got a few minutes. So like I said, these are the 4 Transformer variant covers. Issue 1 was by Andrew Wildman. He interpreted the band very sleek, very much like he did his Transformers when he worked on it in the 90s for Marvel, and then later in the 2000s for IDW. Then our second issue cover is by Jose Delbo. He's a classic artist. He's working in comics since before many of us were born. He worked on Wonder Woman in the 70s. He did Beatles comics and the Monkees comics and all those kind of books in the 60s. And in the 80s, he was the Transformers artist. So he did this great piece, this great cover for us for issue 2, bringing his style to Mike's band, showing them out rocking out in a very Transformers 1980s style. Issue 3 was by Jamie Jones. The variant is by Jamie Jones, and it's indicative of Transformers issue 5. I should have it here. If you're not familiar with the cover, it's Shockwave, and it says Transformers, the normal dressing, and then are all dead on issue 5 of Transformers. And because of the incident that happens in issue 2 of Deep Space Tragedy, you have the bounty hunter Vitus standing in front of Deep Space Tragedy are all dead. No spoilers yet. And then our final issue features an amazing cover. We were floored when this cover came in by Alex Milne. He's the current artist on Transformers for IDW. He did an amazing job. This is a beautiful cover. And the thing is, this cover has never been printed. We did a very limited print run for Deep Space Tragedy issue 4 when it came out because it's a triple-size book. It's a very expensive book to print. So we were not able to print the variant cover at that time. So through this Kickstarter, we're hoping to be able to raise enough money to produce the cool collector's boxes and then produce a good run of issue 4 featuring Mike's cover and also this awesome cover by Alex Milne. I think this is one of my favorite pieces of art. Probably the only other one that I like more than this is Jose Delbo's piece because it's so classic. It's so Marvel 1980s. It's perfect in every way. And it's kind of the vibe that Mike and I were going for with Deep Space Tragedy, kind of this, we often talk about, I'm sure anybody who follows me on social media knows that I talk about the movie Xanadu a lot. And that was a major influence for Deep Space Tragedy. The bright colors, the neon of Xanadu is what kind of Mike brought to his art style when he was putting Deep Space Tragedy together. And I think Jose Delbo understood that and he nailed it with this cover. So anyways, we're just about to launch Deep Space Tragedy, the Blacklight Freefall Collector's Box Set. Make 100. Make 100 meaning that some of our tiers are limited to just 100 units. I'm also going to say, if you are one of the first 50 backers, that gets one of the collector box, you have to get a reward tier. That's one of the collector's box. You can't just get the digital or the books only tier. You will get this awesome pen. We produce these. These are acrylic pens. They're really thick. I don't know if you can see it. They got the usual pin back, and it has the plug smiley face. And when you get the books and you read it, you're going to see this is a symbol that Mike works into a lot of his art. This plug smiley face. It's in the background of many of the pages in every issue, in various different designs and styles. So this is the first time we've ever done a pen like this. This is, again, it's a really thick acrylic pen. It's quality. It's solid, and these are going to be free to the first 50 backers that back a reward tier that features the box set, because I have to put it in the box to ship. I can't put it with the books only, and obviously I'm not shipping it with digital. We also have some other surprises I'm going to talk about in just a minute. Actually, I can do that right now. We had, I don't know if you haven't seen them in the previous live streams we've done, or a lot of the posts, our friends at Inverse Press have a Kickstarter going right now for their series, Vicious Circus. I'll put a link in the description once I launch for that as well. If you've backed Vicious Circus or considering backing Vicious Circus, and then you come back Deep Space Tragedy after we launch it here in just a couple of minutes, you will receive, well, first off, that's the Rumors cover. That's what we based this really cool art piece on. You can get this. This features Jarek, the main character from Deep Space Tragedy, and one of the clowns from Vicious Circus. I want to say Sideshow, but it's not Sideshow. I cannot remember her name. It'll be all in the description once the Kickstarter launches. But the only way to get this lithograph is to purchase or to back Vicious Circus, which ends on Sunday, and to back Deep Space Tragedy. If you do that, this will be included with your Vicious Circus box. So the only way to get this crossover print is to back both campaigns. I'll throw the links in the description once I launch. It's got to give me a couple of minutes to get things set up here. Because, well, it takes a minute to get things set up. Let me see. We got some comments here. Russell says, "What's up?" Shared you out all over. Thanks, Russell. Thank you very much. We are hoping to make this a really big launch. I want this to be one of our biggest launches because I believe in Mike Wagner's project, Deep Space Tragedy. I believe in the message of it. I believe in what Mike tries to do with his art, with his storytelling. It's a story of hope. It's a story of positivity, which I think the world needs now more than anything. It's a positive story about fighting for freedom. And if that's not, and fighting for freedom through rock and roll. If that doesn't sound appealing to you, I don't know what does, because to me, that just sounds great. And it also features some really amazingly illustrated robots. So we're going to get ready to launch this Kickstarter in just a second. Let me switch over here. Throw that up there. Let's see what it looks like on this screen. Just trying to get ready to launch. Just got to give me a second. Ooh, it's one of these things, my nerves. I've done this. I think this is my 7th or 8th Kickstarter, and it's still so nerve-wracking every time I go to launch one. So that's it there. Let's see, make myself a little bigger. So once I hit this green button here, the Kickstarter will launch, and I'll go through the rewards with you, and we'll talk about the Kickstarter. Hopefully we'll get some early pledges, because the only way to get that cool button is to be one of the first 50 backers that back one of the boxes. It's free. There's no strings attached. We're just going to drop it. It'll probably be in a little baggie. Drop it into your box, and it's yours for free. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, if you back our project and Vicious Circus, you will also get that lithograph for free. So here we go. Hit the prepare to launch button, because we want to launch right at noon. I'm hitting, okay, it's going to tell me all these things I need to do. I have to read these terms and services. I surely did. Thanks for sharing. There's a whole letter here from Kickstarter I'll dig into in just a minute. Once noon hits, I'm going to slam this launch now button, and the Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall Kickstarter will be live. Oh, it's so nerve-wracking. Let me flip over to here. All right, so we are ready to go, and it is noon. Launch now. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. All right, congratulations. Our project is launched. Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall Collector's Box Set is now live on Kickstarter. Please check it out. I'm going to throw the link right down into the description here, all over the place. Going to put it right here. I think this puts it just on YouTube, but I'm going to put it on Facebook as well. Oh, there's my Facebook page. Somebody wants to see that. So there we go. Our links are live, and I'm going to go through the Kickstarter with you real quick, talk to you about what there is to offer. The make it a little wider, and let's go. Okay, so this is it. Oh, we've already had a pledge. Look at that. Pledges are already rolling, and thank you guys. Thank you so much. Our first tier we have, of course, just do a digital of issue 1. If you want to see what, uh-oh, am I frozen? Looks like I'm frozen. Let's see if it's still running. So anyways, I'll keep talking just in case it is still running. If it's frozen, somebody let me know, please. The just pulling out to be sure I'm not frozen. I'm frozen on my screen, but I want to be sure I'm visible on your screen. So our first tier is for $3. You can just get the first issue as a collector's box. It says I'm still live. I'm not a collector's box. Sorry, I'm distracting myself. You get the first issue as a digital copy. So we'll send you that PDF. It's a full PDF that you can. So I'm moving now, Russell. You can see me moving. We're number 1. Yes, Steph and Matt, thanks so much. We're good on our end. Perfect. I'll keep going, even though I can't see it. So I'll just ignore, I'll just minimize that. All right. So our first tier is the digital tier. For $3, you get just the first issue. For $12, we give you the entire set. That's issue 1, 2, 3, and the triple size 4th issue. It's 125 digital pages for $12 if you're into the digital thing. And then for $20, you can get the physical set, which would just be the books. This will be issues 1, 2, 3, and again, the triple-sized issue 4 for $20. And this will also include the digital copies as well. Let me scroll through this and we have it here. So let's do it this way. And then for $25, you can get a special digital bundle. This was, I tweaked my Kickstarter just before launch after talking to Kevin Laporte. And he's like, this is something you really should offer people like this. So for $25, you can get the Cosmic Times 2020-2021 digital bundle. This will include Deep Space Tragedy, issue 1, 2, and 3, plus From Blood. It says issues 1 through 4, but it's actually 1 through 3. There's only 3 issues of From Blood. And you'll also receive two Decisions books, Decisions, The Faces of the Stranger, and then Decisions, A Minor Variation, the Kickstarter we just wrapped before launching this one. But now I move into the goods here, the box set. You have your basic box set, which includes issues 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Deep Space Tragedy. Again, the 4th issue is a triple-sized comic, so it's well worth it. And you get the cool box set and, of course, the digital copies. And that's $40 plus shipping. I think the sweet spot here is the $60 deluxe box set. This includes Deep Space Tragedy, 1 through 4, the standard covers by Mike Wagner, and then 1 through 4, the Transformer variants by those awesome Transformers artists, Jamie Jones included in that group, and that 4th Transformer variant cover that had never been printed before. Of course, you get the box set and the digital editions. Now, if you are a Deep Space Tragedy collector, we can set you up with the $80 this is our call it the collector's box, and includes issues 1 through 4 of the standard editions, the Transformer variants as well, including that 4th one never been printed, plus a secret limited edition variant that's randomly selected. We have a few New York Comic Con variants, our Chase variants, and a few other variants in our back closet there. So we're going to randomly insert one of those into the box set. So you don't know which one you're going to get, but trust me, it's going to be very limited, because we only have a few of those left in stock, and we're just secretly slipping them into the box set. Plus, you're going to get a Deep Space Tragedy signed lithograph. I'll show you what that art looks like in a minute. It's by Mike Wagner. And then you get the Blacklight Freefall Collector's box, which is a beautiful box with amazing art by Mike. And then finally, we have the $120 tier. This is the Grand Poobah Master tier. If you're already a Deep Space Tragedy fan or a Mike Wagner fan, and you want to get a piece of Mike Wagner original art, this is the box set for you. It includes the standard, the 4 standard editions, the 4 Transformers variants, and the randomly selected variant, plus the signed lithograph, the collector's box, and it includes a blank sketch cover of Deep Tragedy issue 1, featuring an original sketch of your choice by Mike Wagner. They'll try to stick to robots or robot versions of other things, because that's Mike's expertise. You're definitely going to want to get that. Now let me see if I can get this live stream rolling again. It says I'm frozen. I'm going to keep clicking away as if things are working. I'm looking at my phone to be sure I'm still going here. So what I'm going to click off here, hopefully things are working, and I'm going to reveal now what that lithograph that Mike Wagner will be included in the $80 box set by Mike Wagner. If I can find it here, I'm going to put up on, have it ready to go. Share it here, share screen, And here it is. This will be what the lithograph looks like. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. Let's make it bigger. So that will be the lithograph that will be included. We are only printing 105 of these. We're doing 105 because that final tier has 5 units in it. We'll make sure that includes the lithograph as well. This is artwork by Mike Wagner. It's pencil art. I actually have the original art here at the house. It's beautiful. So we're going to release it for the first time ever as a very limited hand-signed, hand-numbered lithograph that will be included within your box set at the $80 and then the higher tier, the original art tier as well. So that's what the project's all about. So again, it's the story of a teenage robot rock band on the run, fighting for freedom on a planet where the bots, I would say the people, but the bots are being oppressed on the planet. And yeah, this is the, let me clear this off here. This is what your lithograph will look like that is included in the box set. Let's see if I can pull up the boxes here. I don't have a great image of the box. I had to go by what the website showed us. Let me find it here. I thought I had it loaded. An image of the box there. Is this what the box will look like? It has a beautiful illustration by Mike Wagner. This was done simply with pen on paper that he drew this amazing cover. That is the cover for the Blacklight Freefall box set. It's got cool spines, cool bottom. It's going to be numbered 1 of blank. We're going to print a certain amount to fulfill the Kickstarter and have a few extras, and that's it. And yours will be numbered in the order that you pledge. So there's that. So you get those box sets. The inside, I don't have the actual full image from the inside. It's similar to this. This is on one panel. And then if you look at it, it extends out all the other bots enjoying the concert. So it says when you open the box up, it's going to be this one large picture of Deep Space Tragedy rocking out. Again, not sure why StreamYard's frozen on my end, but it is what it is. What else can I show you from this amazing box set? I'll go through those Transformer variant covers again. I believe these are some amazing art. They were, when we started the project, Mike, like I said, Mike and I were both huge Transformers fans. So when we were trying to figure out what variants we wanted to do, I said, let's just hire Transformers artists, and here we go. So issue 1 by Andrew Wildman, issue 2 by the great Jose Delbo, issue 3 by Jamie Jones is a tribute to Marvel's Transformers #5, and issue 4 by Alex Milne showing the band in an amazingly, the colors on this picture, I don't even think that the computer do it justice. When you see it printed, your mind is going to be blown. This is an amazing piece. I don't have Mike's covers up right now, but if you look at the Kickstarter, they are there. Hopefully everybody's checked out the Kickstarter. Hopefully everybody, I was able to entice you to at least look at the project and want to back it. I don't want to keep you on here forever because I'm just rambling now. But please check out the Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall box set, now funding on Kickstarter. And also, don't forget, if you back, let me put this back on the screen one more time. If you do back our project and Kevin Laporte's Inverse Press's Vicious Circus comic, you will receive this amazing lithograph. This is by Rando Dixon. He's actually going to autograph each one. And I believe if you go to the Vicious Circle Kickstarter right now, you'll be able to find that you can, as an add-on, add the original art from this piece to your tier. And again, the first 50 backers that back at a box set will receive one of these awesome Smiley Plug pins. I think that's about it for now. I'm going to wrap this up and get to promoting. Ooh, I should point this out too. We're going to be doing a cross promotion with another Kickstarter that hasn't launched yet, and we're going to include this awesome bookmark with that cross promotion. We'll reveal more about that in the next couple days, but Kickstarter's a community, man, and it's all about connecting with other creators here on the Kickstarter community. And for the people that back these projects, everybody is internally grateful for the amazing support that we receive, that I receive, that other creators receive. If you want to buy directly from creators, if you want to help creators in their voyage, in their journey of creation, definitely keep an eye on Kickstarter. That's where it's happening. I know I've met a lot of great folks through the Kickstarter community. Matt and Steph, who've been great supporters. Travis Gibb, Luke Stone. I knew Roland before, but Roland Mann's heavy into the Kickstarters. Of course, Kevin Laporte, John Crowther with the Squared Circle Wrestling comics. So many people, I can't name them all at once. I can't even think of them all. There's so many. But definitely you want to support Kickstarters if you want to support the future of the comic book industry and other projects like that. Speaking of the future, our next project is going to be The Good, the Bad, and the Prehistoric. coming right after Deep Space Tragedy. This is the story of dinosaurs and cowboys. So check that out. We're going to keep that under wraps until after this Deep Space Tragedy Kickstarter is complete. But again, I encourage you to please support the Deep Space Tragedy Blacklight Freefall Collector's Box Set. It's an amazing project from Mike Wagner and Cosmic Times. I thank you for watching my little video, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope everybody supports independent creators on Kickstarter. And as always, everybody, stay cosmic. And